Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Bella Souls with
Michael from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
Back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Michael, I love this terrain so much. So good.
What's this for?
This is my shuffle.
That's the terrain dance?
The terrain shuffle.
Yeah, no, this is one of the kits that came with came in the Shadow War Armageddon box.
Yeah.
But GW's released it separately. This is the Ferratonic furnace, which is my personal favorite part.
Yeah.
But there's 3 kits.
There's 3 kits out in April and then 2 more in May.
Yeah,
this is one of the
They're bringing out all the terrain separately, so if you have Shadow War, or even if you don't, because it's a little hard to get, as some people know.
Yep.
You can get the terrain for it. So,
yeah. And actually, I have built this terrain. It's awesome. The whole interlocking thing they came up with to make it super modular.
Yeah.
Just the way they designed it, it's awesome.
One of the things I really like about it, and we'll see this when we open it up, but it actually has ladders and things on it that you can use in the game instead of having to find your own. And stuff.
Right.
So
it's so good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's fun to build. Let's go install it and take a look inside the box. All right, we have the Sector Mechanicus Ferratonic Furnace.
Yes.
I'm gonna flip it over real quick.
Of course.
Boom.
Rules are included.
What? Miniature not included. So no Skitari.
I think it'd be fun if they just added a single miniature in these kits. Just one, just for funsies.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't complain.
What is that, a Ranger?
Yeah.
Have a Ranger.
Sorry, dude.
Just for fun.
Hang out.
Anyway, so we got the Ferratonic Furnace. You can see a couple of paint schemes, but obviously suggested paint schemes on there.
You
But
can paint it however you want. That's the great part about it.
Obviously they did.
Right?
Oh, Sid the Skull.
Bingo. Well, that's one of them. That's the little skull.
Oh, okay.
Sid's the big one with the
Sid's the big one with the spider claws.
Yeah, spider claws.
Rules. Who needs those?
Right? We'll come back to those.
We'll get that in a second.
Here's the actual kit. And again, this is one of 3 kits coming out in April and 2 more in May. Here's the 2 sprues. Let's take a look at this one first.
So show me the modular capabilities here, because I know you want to talk about this.
I do want to talk about this. Okay, so you've got these 2 big platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of the top of the furnace. Then you have these little clamp things on the side, which just look like flat pieces, right?
Bits, yeah.
Let's flip it over.
Oh my god!
So here's how it works. You take one of these little clamps, call them C-clamps or something like that, and they actually fit in those holes. And then you can use those to secure different walkways and different platforms together and form really safe for the miniatures.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for the game.
Maybe not in game.
Not in game, but you can actually put models on top of those and they're very secure. If you glue them down with some plastic glue, you're not letting go at that point. So
which you're welcome to do, but if you don't glue it,
if you don't glue it,
keep rearranging it.
Exactly. You can keep rearranging them. You can use these.
Ideally, if you paint this, probably seal it. Just so moving and rearranging doesn't ruin your paint job.
Right. I would definitely recommend some matte after you finish painting. If you do a really nice job too, if you don't really care and you're okay with it showing primer after a while, it's fine.
Yeah.
But using these clamps, you get 5 of these little clamps, and obviously that's going to be way more than you need for assembly of this kit, especially because you're going to use the other part to be the base typically. So it's just a really cool system, really modular, and it works with all of the sets in the Sector Mechanicus to you can go bonkers. So,
I like all the little iconography and bits here. You can make and add details in.
Yeah, what I like
ladders.
about it, you come with 2 different types of ladders. What I really like about this whole set is that it is supposed to be an industrial complex.
Yeah,
right?
it's a furnace. It's an actual
right, exactly. It's
Mechanicus
supposed to be a part of the Mechanicus. It's not. It's like when the shipping containers came out. You have an idea of what, this is what a shipping container in the Grimdark looks like. Well, this is what a factory looks like in the Grimdark.
Yeah.
You have that visualization of
for sure.
This isn't necessarily supposed to be a war zone, but
this is a place of industrial work.
But now you're going to be fighting over
and now you fight on it.
And which we'll get to the rules in a second.
Yeah.
But that's the first sprue.
We got the big old cylinder portion here.
This is a really cool set of sprues. I actually want to point this out. This is the first time I've seen Games Workshop do this type of thing with the sprues where they're actually curved like that.
Yeah.
The support sprues I've never seen that, and there's no support around this.
I mean, this isn't part of the model here. This is the sprue. You'll cut right there. So that is interesting. I haven't seen that before either.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing I noticed when I was cutting this out.
I mean, they might have done this on flyers of some kind before.
No, I don't even think most of the sprues are flat, and they have the little structure thing. I thought it was really cool from a process.
Take a look at the back here.
It's all hollow. So if you want to get crazy and put some lights in there.
Yeah, go for it.
Or maybe a speaker. I've seen people do speakers before for like playing sound
Crackling
effects.
fire noise
just
and
thought that was super
all
cool.
kinds of crazy stuff. I love the details on the hatches and things like that. The little turning pressure wheels.
I love this door bit too. Actually, there's if you see inside, you can tilt the light kind of. You can see there is stuff on the inside. So if you're the type of person that paints the inside of your Land Raider. I'm not, but if you are, you can totally do that.
Your Space Marines are just gonna be staring at gray plastic.
They're not actually there. Or you can just glue the door shut, however you want to do it. Yeah. It's such a cool kit. I love the iconography. And just assembly and painting, it's like...
Details on the rivets and piping is really nice.
Just,
if you guys take a look at this in person, I mean, you'll see what we're talking about better. There's some excellent pressure wheels, piping, all sorts of cabling and stuff like that.
Hitting this thing with a base coat and then a wash will just make it pop. And it's so good.
Excellent work.
So good.
All right, we got rules.
Let's look at those rules real quick. We'll make this brief.
Obviously, there's assembly instructions too.
Right.
That's everybody knows how to put a cylinder together.
Yeah. Actually, one side has like a groove and the other side has a slot, and they line up. And if you assemble this, when I did it, I did 2 sections, so like the 2 opposite sections. So one side here, the other side here, and then I clamped them together like that. Yeah. That seemed to work really well. Just a little tip.
All right.
Instead of trying to do 1, 2, 3, 4, do 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and connect those 2.
Well, again, the interior, like I said, is hollow, so you can put something interesting in there if you want. Other little bits and gubbins, and then there's your connections, like you were talking about with the 2 platforms.
And again, the instructions only say to use 1 clamp for the whole thing, so you're going to end up with 4 extra of those C clamps that you can use for other kits.
For sure.
All right, help let them up. So
you got some awesome, again, ladder.
Dude, I love this is actually upside down to show you like, all the wires and doodads go kind of wherever.
Absolutely. You flip it over when you're done.
Yeah.
And then you got your furnace. So again, it's all modular. You can put this. It doesn't have to be assembled necessarily.
Yeah.
All with the bits they recommend. But
you can actually pick up other kits if you choose and combine those with this and with this kit and have some crazy long crazy pathways built up. You don't have to just use this kit to build it this way. If you bought 2 of these, you could do some fun stuff.
For sure. And I mean, again, these are all the Sector Mechanicus stuff that comes with the Shadow War Armageddon box. Yeah. So if you bought that, you already have one of these, and you can start doing some crazy stuff with it.
So here are the rules real quick.
Right here.
It is a terrain type ruins. For simplicity's sake, that's for the most part, that's going to be a 4-up save. No access ports, no fire ports, no weapons on it, no other options here for the terrain. It does have special rules, and I want to call this out because this is a little confusing because each one of the kits has a different volatile cover special rule. Yeah. But before we get to that, let's talk about the Aegis of the Omnicide. This one's actually the same.
Praise the Omnicide.
Yeah. This is the same for all of the kits. Okay. So this special rule is the same. The volatile cover
makes sense. All being Mechanicus pieces.
Yeah. This basically says you can reroll cover saves with 1 for models that are within 1 inch of a Sector Mechanicus terrain.
Not just the Ferratonic furnace piece, but all Mechanicus pieces.
Right. The volatile cover is the part that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I'm playing, we're just going to use it as cover and call it a day. But this one just says at the start of the game turn, roll a die for each Ferratonic furnace on the battlefield. On a roll of 1, each unit that is either within 3 inches of that Ferratonic furnace immediately suffers D6 Strength 5 AP4 hits with ignores cover special rules as superheated air washes over them. So it doesn't sound that bad.
Not especially, but...
Yeah, but the fact that the other kits also have the same volatile cover rule...
Yeah.
Not a fan of. And the volatile cover rule is different for those kits.
Yeah.
So one of those as an example is like if you make your cover save but you roll a 6, that unit takes like D3 Strength 8 AP2 hits.
Yeah.
But it's still called volatile cover. So it's not that big a deal, but it can just get confusing.
I can see how it can easily confuse you, and you might,
Yeah, it could start an argument, or it's just because they're all named the same rule, it could get a little confusing, especially if you're playing with people that are speaking different languages than you.
For sure.
So just be aware that that is a thing. Talk with your opponent. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Talk with your opponent.
When in doubt, talk to your opponent and see what they want to use.
Before the game, ideally.
And if you guys agree not to use it, then go ahead and don't use it.
I personally want to play on this terrain.
Yeah.
And if I'm playing on this terrain and my opponent is cool with it, I would rather just use it all as ruins and we'll just play.
Yeah.
And don't even worry about any special additional rules. Now, if we're playing some crazy campaign with some crazy special rules, that's different. But all right, we'll talk about it. Talk to your opponent. That's the key thing.
Just in general.
In general.
That's just a miniatures gaming like
etiquette.
Yeah.
Aside from that, that's pretty much everything in the Ferratonic.
That's the furnace right there.
Such a cool kit.
Models not included, tragically.
Right.
But,
Sector Mechanicus. Go pick up some of these Sector Mechanicus kits.
There's other kits. There's
I'm not even gonna try to remember the names, but
I don't either. But there's
awesome.
There's 2 more out now, and there's 2 more coming soon, I believe.
In May there should be, I believe, 2 more, but in April this is when these kits launch. So go check them out.
All right.
Let's hop out for a recap. Well, that was the Ferratonic Furnace Kit from Games Workshop. Really cool stuff.
Yep.
Again, I built it. It's awesome. Not a huge fan of the rules, but you can always just play it as rules.
Yeah, terrain rules are always a little weird.
Yeah. I don't like it because I forget them.
Yeah, they're really easy for you. You got all your own unit special rules and all that stuff.
Use it as ruins.
Use them as already like.
They look so cool though.
But yeah, they're pretty good size. Again, they have the scale on the back.
Yeah.
And, modular to go with all the other bits from Shadow War and stuff like that.
Fantastic line of sight blocking.
Oh yeah,
just
great piece.
Look great on the field.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's from Games Workshop, obviously. Goes with Shadow War Armageddon, but you can just use it in 40k, obviously, if you want.
Or Age of Sigmar, whatever.
Any other game you want ever, really.
It's great to
this kit's gonna be $50.
Yep.
And the other kits are comparable, I believe.
Yeah, they're around
the same.
Go check your local store to find out for sure.
Games Workshop will have these out right now, actually.
Yeah. So go check them out. I'm AdamHarry from Bell Souls.
I'm Michael with Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching. Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.